What's up, freaks? If you guys don't have a project car of your own, let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about how it's gonna go. You're gonna do something really awesome, and then a bunch of crap's gonna come and just punch you right in the face, and you're gonna recoup. You're gonna spend a bunch of money, and you're gonna fight your way back to having that one thing go right, and that one thing is just amazing enough to make you stick around for the next batch of punches in the face. You're also gonna learn your skill sets, like perseverance and race car math. That way, nobody knows exactly what you're spending on the project. Anyway, got a phone call from Mr. Soft Hands, the tuner himself, and he said, brother, I am booked beyond belief. I can squeeze you in to finish up what we started, but it's tomorrow morning. I know your fuel pump's down, and I know your car ain't shifting. Hopefully you'll figure it out. Anyway, this is our journey. Y'all ready? Let's go.
See some losses through the process had me furious, but I got eyes on the vision, can't get delirious. Fall in love with the game and then you marry it. I think I married it. This the anthem. If you reckon with it, put your hands up. Yeah, this the anthem. If you get up and get it, put your hands up.
All right, freaks, we are back from TX2K, and of course, I could not wait to start wrenching. We got about 20 days until Streetcar Bragging Rights, and I'd love to get some seat time prior to that. So if you haven't followed up, if you go back and watch the dyno video, and then the video after that, I explained what we found, but essentially, part of the problem was me. I had the transmission over full, which is not ideal in any circumstance, but it had a little bit of a leak, so in my head, I was doing preventative maintenance by having more in it, which probably made it leak more, which is probably not preventative at all. But anyway, the dipstick has a vent on it. Now, I used to run it to a pop bottle inside the engine bay. I don't want trans fluid inside. Obviously, it's a little spicy. So what I'm about to do is, come on in, Jeff. Come on. This ain't no Hollywood budget build studio, son.
Right.
This is one of those workflow, do what you can when you get a chance flows. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And also, this is bend twice before you measure flow. So I bought this off of Summit to save time because we got about 19 cars going to Bragging Rights and we don't got all the time in the world to be making custom stuff. So I bought this. Is it awesome? I think so. I think it's perfect for what I need until I put it where I needed it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, trans fluid does scare me just because I know how flammable it is. So again, that's why I'm not trying to run it inside the car if I can help it. But back here was an option. Probably a clean install option right there, no doubt. For some reason, I thought this was the perfect option. It's right there to the dipstick, perfect. Well, it wasn't gonna fit, so I did that. And I was like, oh yeah, how are you gonna get a fitting on that, Johnny? Oh, you're not? Weird. So I could have got a 1/4 inch 90 degree to -4, but we don't have one here. So instead, I went around on a little bit of a treasure hunt. Felt kind of like Dora the Explorer, but looking for stuff I can't afford or find one of. Just like Jeff said, you found it. You probably won't find two. Just like Ryan said,
Hey.
you found it. Probably won't find two. Hey. But guess what your boy did? Found 3 because I don't actually know how I found 3.
Because you're special.
Because it don't make sense, because I agreed with them. I'm like, where are you going to find those? I don't know. And I don't know what they go to. But when you find out what you're missing, I have them. And you cannot have them back because they're perfect for what I need also. So, good job, Ryan.
You're perfect.
Hired. This dude's hired. Hype man. Hired.
Get it functioning, make it perfect later.
I don't even... So, Jeff is very honest. And I don't know if he even believes that because my guy right here is one of the most precise tools in this shop. So...
Yeah, but you didn't see my drift car in here yesterday.
That don't count, though. That's your own thing.
I know, but that's where I should take the most pride, is in my own stuff.
That's such a lie, bro. Every roofer I know has the worst roof.
Right. No.
Every plumber I know doesn't have a functioning toilet in their house. So I think that's just par for the course. But I think Jeff a lot of times would give me this. He's like, yeah, man, here's exactly how you do it. And I have all the precise tools to do it. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go grab a drill bit, a tape, and a tape measure. I'm going to get close, and I'm going to start whacking. And Jeff does this. It's not my car.
That's right.
Okay, so all in all, I'm really happy with how that turned out. The location's great. It's really close to the dipstick. I was debating on going over the intercooler pipe or under seam cleaner. I just couldn't have it over. It was going to drive me nuts. Getting the dipstick off, I'm going to have to figure that out. But like everything else, you'll figure it out. No big deal. Do a little bit of modification and put a little Zert inside here. Perfect. Dialed. So I think that's great, man. I think that's the perfect spot for it. Nice and clean, just like everything else. I'm trying to keep this as clean as possible. It just got called bougie, and I I accept. I'm okay with it. I mean, look at it. Would you just look at it? Also, went ahead and started the next task, which was getting the old injectors out. Now, before I move on, I will admit that these High Z 1650s, some of my favorite injectors I've ever ran on a car. Idled great, did everything great. Just the reality is, we knew it wasn't going to be enough injector to do what we want to do during 6 summer, or rather do during 6 summer and just have a little bit of leeway. I'm trying to do that. So anyway, got these Johnnies over here. We went Injector Dynamics 2600. I did order them from STM and got these cool freaking adapters, so there's no wiring pigtail adapter in between. It'll just go on the back of the injector. Hopefully there's room with that intake manifold fuel rail setup. But like everything else, we'll figure that out when we get there. So yeah, just in case it wasn't real clear what I was trying to talk about with the pigtail situation, this goes on the fuel injector dynamic side, or Bosch side rather. And then here's the clip that you would normally have anyway. So that's a sweet adapter. There's no pigtail involved, and I genuinely like that. The only problem I'm gonna have, I did get it to work, but it's a tight fit running them the way I have it. So might have to switch up the way I run the injectors a little bit to make that more efficient, but we'll see. We'll see as we go. All right, one other part of the engine bay that I gotta talk about, and I'll get to it in just a second. It's in my hands. See that? See that? See that? Maybe I won't show it to you until it's installed. But Fat Boy Fab has been knocking things out of the park. Literally has one of my favorite and most useful things on the car, and that is these billet quick release hood hinges. Do you need to take your hood off? Absolutely not. Is it cool? Absolutely. Why? Because race car. Plus, it is easier to work on without the hood there, and especially when you don't have like a proper hood prop. Even if you do sometimes at the racetrack, the wind's blowing, I've only hit my head about 17 times a day. So to eliminate that, we're able to just quickly remove the hood and move on with our day. Also, gave me that billet reservoir cover for the brakes master cylinder, so that's really dope because the old ones get really flimsy and out of shape and out of whack, and they don't seal properly. Plus, it's billet. Look at that bling. Y'all ready? I'm gonna get on. Maybe I'll talk about where it's going and why you might want to change it first. So here we have a cam sensor. This plastic cover is daggum, what, 40 years old at this point. They're getting brittle, and yeah, I actually messed this one up when I dropped it, so it works out perfect that I get to swap it out, and it's gonna add some next level bling. And again, not only is he doing that for innovation, but this one's a little bit special. Hey! I have to take it off, I guess, but. Ready? you want to own a race car, it's fun, they said. Broke down at prime time. Fuck me, bro. We'll find out. Literally at rush hour, right after everybody gets out of work, right in the freaking heart of downtown Kalamazoo. Hey, what's up, freaks? Remember when I said the car feels like it's almost ready to party and I'm gonna go test drive it, all that fun stuff? So here we are, doing race car stuff with our race car friends. Thanks, Ryan, for coming to get me. Oh boy, I was hoping this would happen. Son of a frick, and serious get. But it's okay, everything's fine. So the car was driving kind of and stuff, and just make sure everything's doing stuff. And sitting at the middle of one of the busier intersections downtown Kalamazoo, and the fuel pump dies. So, oh boy. What you gotta do? Part of it. That's why I wanted to drive. Everybody was wondering why I want to drive it, why I want to test, why I want to try to figure this shit out before I get to the track 5,000 miles away. But here we are. Like, you know how we do, baby. Team don't quit. We gonna figure it out. Always. It's the only option. I gotta focus now. Go around this corner. Anyway, go do something. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, get outside your comfort zone. If your dream is hard for you. Here we are in the barn. The weather is not going to stay consistent enough that I think we'll be back immediately, but I think we're coming back soon, and I really can't wait to work out of here. This is who I am. This is essentially where we got everything started, and Barn Built Dreams is literal. I dreamt my way into the barn from the driveway, and then I'm absolutely 100% trying to dream my way out of the barn into a nicer barn or garage or whatever it may be. But for now, being right next to that river, having the ability to see my raccoons as soon as I get out of hibernation, being close to my family when I want to go take lunch, that is what it's about for me. That's what it's always been about, and I've always tried to keep things super real, so that way people have somebody relatable trying to put themselves out there. So if you followed me from the beginning of the journey till now, you'll see a lot of change, I hope, because growth is the goal, and I'll never apologize for that. This is probably the car that got us out there the most. Russ Kuhn arguably could be the one that got us at the shootout for the first time, but all of the engine and transmission and rear end in this car, the wiring even, is out of Russ Kuhn because it was rusty. It was not safe. Went to Arkansas to get this car, and while we had this nice day and I had a minute waiting for the Secretary of State to come, I just had to talk about it because look at us. Freaking growing, man. I love it. I love sharing it to inspire you to hopefully grow. So in the comments, tell me something you're proud of that you've done. Tell me something you're proud of you're trying to do. Tell me something you failed at, which means you found one way it didn't work and you got that off the list so you can try another one. Just let me know, man. Fire me up. Let's go. So I probably can't see that well, but the left one is trans fan, radiator fan, fuel pump on that side of things. And I'm gonna do my best to start tracing and documenting so I can make a diagram because I'm sick of this. All right, that should definitely help, except for I don't have a clue what the hell that says. Oh, I wrote it too. So starter, flasher, headlight, vacuum pump, nitrous, CO2, brake lights. Here, golly, trans, radiator, and it's gonna go fuel pump. And then on top, okay, so before I talk about what happened in that intersection, If you know me, a phone call is not my friend unless it's something that's hard to describe. Also, sometimes you need context, and you can't get that through when you're in text. So I'll call during those situations. But I don't answer my phone a lot because I don't like being stuck on it, because I like being active and doing what I'm doing, and plus I need to focus. I got ADHD, squirrel. Anyway, Tyler called and said, hey dude, I'm swamped. Tomorrow's probably the only day I can finish it as long as everything else goes smooth. So what do? You jump into action. So I did just that, and I think the car's ready. So as soon as I got back and we got the car in here and got it on jack stands, I started testing some things, and I noticed when I pulled the connector directly to the fuel pump and I gave it 12 volt with the power probe, fuel pump turned on. So I knew the fuel pump was good. I just had to trace the problem in between there. Well, this fuse box was wired in prior, and I pretty much used the layout he had and just added to it. I didn't know exactly what went to what, so that caused a little bit of confusion in this scenario. So what I did today was took the fuse box out, traced all the wires, labeled everything, so later on I can make a nice little cutout or template or whatever I do, put it inside the fuse box cover and actually be more efficient when I go to problem solve. But in the meantime, I did pull the fuse out. It looked like it got a little hot, very obviously, and I put the power probe in there and it wouldn't do it. When I turned the key on, I could hear a weird kind of real high-pitched thing. Long and short, the relay. That was the problemo. So that's what caused the fuel pump to die. And again, yes, the fuse might not have been blown, but it was getting a little spicy. So I switched both of those out. I just so happened to move the car after it had been sitting for a while, and I'm like, bro, what is all that oil from? And how is it coming from the center of my car? That does not make sense. But I hear that all the time on my car, so I wasn't scared. That doesn't make sense. It's pretty much new language for Harley when you're working on a car. Every daggum smart. Anyway, it didn't make sense. So I got on it, I'm like, oh, I didn't have enough hose to run back to the catch can. I had that in a previous video. It was also on my to-do list. Didn't make it happen. So I ran it right here. So I was running it to that hole because obviously I didn't want it venting into the cabin. Well, I never addressed it, and it was pouring oil and gas or whatever the mixture is onto the ground. So I found this piece of hose in the back of the shop and this piece off the wrecked Mustang, and I combined the two hoses to at least get it to the catch can. It's not exactly how it's going to be ran, but for now, that'll at least get the oil out of the middle of the ground and all of that stuff. All right, now I still might add the good old-fashioned remove before flight or something like that, but I like everything on the car as much as possible to be me and Barn Built Dreams and just showcase who we are. Well, I can't think of a better parachute tag than a daggum barn cat tail. Are you kidding me, dude? That is frickin' the Barn Cat's pajamas. Also, I spent most of my day at the Secretary of State today, and we did get the custom plate we wanted. There's not enough letters to have it exactly how we wanted, but we got the one we wanted to compromise with. Also, got the little license plate jobby. So yeah, car's legal now. Woo! So minus a very few little touch-up things. The engine bay, the interior, the back of the car is really starting to come together. There's always going to be something to change and upgrade and all of that type of stuff. But I'm feeling daggum good. Tyler called us and he's confident, and we got the new injectors and we got everything we should need. So Lord willing, car goes up on the brake tomorrow, and this thing is pretty much at that point officially ready to party. We just got to find a place to take it because I would love to go testing before streetcar bragging rights. Just in case I didn't talk about it, when we were stuck on the road, the reason we were out there testing multiple times is because the car wasn't shifting out of second gear. Now, when I got new injectors, Tyler sent me a file, and when he sent me the file, my computer got all wonky, and when I tried uploading things and I did whatever, I actually got to the point where I didn't know what I was uploading. Basically, I uploaded a file that had the car in dyno mode, so it was never going to shift out of second. Thank the Lord, that was an easy solution. So, boom. That's all the project for today's video. I think we accomplished a lot, and I really, truly think this car is coming together. So, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm very optimistic. I have been. The car fought us and fought us and fought us for a long time, but we're going to persevere. Team don't quit, baby. So, you know how our project's going. How's your project going? Y'all out there wrenching on it? Because if you're not, it's daggone not going to get done. And as always, man, get out there and do something you love. This life is fleeting. Whew, it's going by just like that. As always, get outside your comfort zones. Feed, dreams, and start fears, y'all.